Goku GT has 4 forms: Base, Super Saiyan 3, and finally his Primal Super Saiyan 4. In this video, I will break down this character and how to use him in battle effectively in each and every form, his pros, cons, and the overall rating of this character at the end of the video. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Goku GT, again similar to his other variations, is a Ki Blast type category character. He is effective in the long range and short range and is often effective when he's combining his super attacks with his combos. Goku GT also has 4 health bars, not quite 5 or more compared to fusion characters, but still a competitive amount. Goku's base form in Dragon Ball GT might just be either his best or second best out of his forms. This is mainly due to his absolutely incredible skill set. Not only does he boast After Image Strike as his battle stock or skill gauge technique, but he also has a powerful ultimate. So let's break down his moveset. His super attack includes a beam, which is the Kamehameha, and his dash attack is Dragon Fist, the attack he used against Super 17. Moving on to his battle stock abilities, Goku has Solar Flare for 2 bars and the well-hated After Image Strike for 3. Solar Flare is Krillin's signature technique where you blind your opponent for 5 seconds. It's a very useful tool that can not only blind your opponent but also lock them off of you, leaving them vulnerable to an attack, whether it be a combo starter or a super attack. After Image Strike, on the other hand, needs no explanation. It's a constant 15-second technique that lets you instantly dodge most of your opponent's attacks. I say most because attacks like revenge counters, super counters, or even Ki Blasts are not dodgeable in this state. Still, the fact that all melee attacks can be dodged makes this technique on most occasions unbearable. Finally, Goku's ultimate is the Spirit Bomb, referred to as the Universal Spirit Bomb in the show. Again, like the other Spirit Bombs in the game, this technique is unblockable and hits very hard. Also, its huge size practically makes it an unavoidable attack. Overall, this Goku is amazing, super versatile, but with only one caveat, that he has overall lower stats and hits weaker than other stronger characters. If you're in higher forms of this Goku and want to use a more agile and versatile strategy, detransforming into his base form is a legitimate strategy. Onto Goku's Super Saiyan form. This one is one of the more underrated characters, being a filler form of this Goku and barely used. So, is he good or bad? Well, to figure that out, we have to go through his moveset. Goku's supers are Super Kamehameha and Full Power Energy Blast Volley. Obviously, Goku retains his Kamehameha as his beam, but Energy Blast Volley is a new one. It's good to note that Goku has no rush attacks and is strictly a projectile or energy attack based character in terms of his super attacks. This super attack is just Goku launching constant Ki Blast barrages, good to punish an offensive opponent. His battle stock abilities are Wild Sense and Full Power. Wild Sense requires 2 bars and is a regularly occurring skill for Goku's. The skill teleports and knocks your opponent away if you're attacked while this ability has been activated. It is quite pricey, but it's a great defense to knock away an offensive opponent. Moving on to his second ability, Full Power is his main tool. It's an instant sparking mode battle stock ability. This ability skyrockets Goku's overall usability. Instant sparking mode lets you avoid the time taken to charge up to sparking mode and launch a huge offensive attack while the mode is still activated, finishing off with your ultimate. Speaking of which, Goku's ultimate in this form is Super Explosive Wave. This ultimate is a stronger variation of some other characters' super attacks. It's similar to Majin Vegeta's Final Explosion, except it does not damage Goku. It simply does a barrier around Goku that if your opponent is inside of, your opponent will take a lot of damage. Overall, this Goku is significantly underrated and is another great candidate to use in battle. His only weakness is similar to that of his base form, lower overall stats. This includes the likes of defense and attack, so he will take more damage and he'll likely not do damage to the skills of his higher forms or other strong characters like Gogeta SS4, Ultra Instinct Goku, and more. Goku's Super Saiyan 3 might just be the weakest compared to his 3 other forms. To understand why, let's look at his moveset. Goku has Super Kamehameha and Energy Volley yet again. Nothing changes for his base super attacks, already a bad sign. For his battle stock abilities, on the other hand, he has Saiyan Spirit and High Tension, both of which cost 3 bars. High Tension and Saiyan Spirit both give you the same buffs, an attack, super attack, and ki charge buff. All 3 are great, but for the price and the buff being for a limited duration, it's quite a waste. Goku's ultimate is the Dragon Fist. Yes, another one, though this one is a lot flashier. Overall, this Goku is pretty disappointing. For how prevalent this form was before Super Saiyan 4 was revealed in the anime, Goku is very limited and has weak overall utility. Not much tech that gives him an advantage in battle. He's just a generic and basic character that won't really give you any edge in the fight. finally onto the Super Saiyan 4 form. One of the most iconic and fan favorite forms across all of Dragon Ball, this form is an absolute powerhouse. Being the strongest of the four canonically, Super Saiyan 4 hits hard. Every punch and kick does a lot more damage in comparison to his previous forms. So it's good to note his stats are elevated. In Super Saiyan 4, Goku's beam is the iconic red ×10 Kamehameha, while his dash is Meteor Crash, a very satisfying combination he used against Baby. His ultimate is topped off with the Dragon Fist. This one is arguably the best looking animation in the whole game. They did Super Saiyan 4 justice in this animation. All in all, this ultimate might just be one of the hardest hitting ultimates in the whole game. However, this Goku does have a great weakness, and that is his lack of utility. Goku's battle stock abilities are not great. He has instant transmission for 2 bars, and I'll beat you in 5 seconds, a quote straight from the anime, for another 3. Instant transmission is Goku's iconic teleportation ability. It teleports behind your opponent, locking them off, and allows you to get a jump on your confused opponent. It's a great tool for offensive purposes and keeping your opponent honest, whether it be charging to sparking mode or even trying to stall for battle stocks. Instant transmission closes range instantly and mostly harmless. His other abilities, however, is quite a sham. Being the iconic quote he used against Ai Shenron, this move is very flashy but to no avail. You get a huge buff for, 5 seconds. It's almost impossible to take advantage of and is typically always a waste. Usually, it's used as BM, a bad manners move mid-fight to taunt an opponent. In that case, it is quite funny, I can't deny that. But otherwise, a 5-second attack and defense buff is very weak, especially for 3 battle stocks. So, in general, Super Saiyan 4 Goku is unfortunately quite limited. As a powerhouse, he does serve his purpose in putting on a bunch of damage, but can get overwhelmed by other characters that actually have utility like Afterimage, instant sparking mode, or really anything else. Which is quite tragic knowing how loved Super Saiyan 4 is. Even me, as a fanatic for this form, it's quite disappointing to see the character not represented as the juggernaut it really was in the show. All in all, this character, he's good. Unfortunately, he's on a lower scale in comparison to other Gokus, but he's still a solid choice. With each form having its purpose, the character is held back by the fact that one form is quite bad and another is limited. So what's his rating? Goku GT has a rating of A. He's not bad by any margins due to his base form being a strong choice, and having 4 forms obviously gives him a huge versatility. His Super Saiyan 3 form being weak and Super Saiyan 4 being a rigid and one-dimensional form with barely any tech, this character could have done with more in his toolkit. So let me know what you think about Goku GT in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Did he meet your expectations, or were you disappointed with how this character was represented in the game? If you liked the video and are new around here, do subscribe for similar content going forward, and check out my latest video where I discuss Sparking Zero being a dead game just a month off of launch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.